680's Richard Southern joins us. Richard, Apple finally showing off its latest iPhones, and you're looking at the market reaction and how critically important the device is to the world's most valuable company.
Yeah, it is the iPhone company, after all, Francis, very important. And yeah, we saw 3 new phones unveiled today, pretty much exactly what we were expecting. An updated version of the iPhone 10, a larger 6.5-inch version of the iPhone 10, and then a so-called budget version. Even the budget version, though, selling for $1,000 Canadian without a contract. But look how important the iPhone is to Apple. They've sold more than a billion since 2007. It's made Apple the first trillion-dollar company on a market cap basis. iPhone expected to bring in $165 billion this fiscal year. It makes up a whopping 62% of Apple's revenue. Just the iPhone revenue alone, just with that, Apple could buy Tesla, GM, and Campbell's Soup if it wanted to. Francis, the stock was a bit lower today. You know what we didn't see? Remember how Steve Jobs, he'd show off the product and then he'd say, just one more thing.
That's right.
And he'd surprise everyone. We didn't see that today.
Again, no surprises.
And the prices are big, though. People are paying them for the phone. The watch was interesting, though. The first electrocardiogram in a watch. It's going to track your heart rate. If you have a heart attack or you fall down, it'll call 911 for you. Pretty cool.
But that budget phone at $1,000, whew.
Not so budget, but people are willing to pay these prices. Apple knows that.
That's how they made their money.
Yeah.
So Hurricane Florence is churning its way toward the U.S. East Coast. The monster storm is already moving the stock market and actually could cause some monster economic damage.
Sure could. We saw shares in home improvement retailers jump today. Home Depot hitting an all-time high on Wall Street. Lowe's as well. Both these companies saying they're selling a lot of plywood, generators, flashlights, bottled water across multiple states. People really stocking up ahead of this hurricane. Corporations are preparing by shutting down operations. DuPont closing a large plant in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Then there's the travel aspect. Francis, you know all too well. Atlanta Hartsfield Airport could be very much affected by this. Home to the world's largest airline, Delta. Delta stock falling as a result today. And, of course, the federal government here in Canada warning Canadians to avoid travel to the U.S. East Coast.
So this is another shocking move by the owners of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. You'll remember they actually decided to sue the victims of the Vegas shooting, and now they're offering a deal to them.
Leaving a bad taste in many people's mouths, Francis. This is MGM, the owners of the Mandalay Bay, drawing all sorts of criticism today for saying that the hundreds of survivors of that Vegas mass shooting, who, yes, they are suing, could choose to have the money that would be used to serve them a lawsuit instead donated to charity. Of course, MGM suing these people. They're not asking for money, but they're doing this hoping that a federal judge will declare that they have no liability for the attack. Still, this, again, not very good PR for MGM. Of course, 58 people were killed in that attack last year.
Yeah, terrible. Well, in many offices, including this one, there's a constant battle over the temperature. You're looking, though, at a new product that promises to put an end to the workplace thermostat wars.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? We're fighting over the thermostat at our shop, too, Francis. This is a personal thermostat that attaches to your wrist. It's called the Ember Wave. It acts, they say, like a mini air conditioner or a mini heater. It changes your skin temperature, not your core body temperature, but the sensation of the heat or the cool that this little watch-like device releases, said to either heat you up or cool you off, and therefore you don't have to worry so much about the ambient room temperature in your office. It's not cheap, selling for $300. I'm always turning the thermostat down here.
Are you?
Absolutely, but then we have other people cranking it up. It's a terrible situation, Francis.
Okay, but it's a wrist thing, so you got to put that on, then you got to put on your watch.
Your Apple Watch. There's no more room on my wrist now.
No,
you're like Dick Tracy. You're talking to your wrist and everything. It's a crazy world, Francis.
And you don't look weird doing it, Richard.
I'm always talking to myself anyway, so
Are you?
whatever. Absolutely. And sometimes I answer myself back, which is even stranger.
So apples are the new big thing here, right? So apple season is here. Tastes are quickly changing, and the fruit biz, and there's also lots of new varieties. I'm an apple eater now. I'm a convert. My favorites, Jazz, Pink Lady, and Honeycrisp.
Oh my, I haven't even heard of some of those.
I know,
but you know
they're
what,
tasty.
What held the top spot for half a century was the Red Delicious, Francis. It has now, this year, lost that #1 status. What is the #1 apple? It is the Gala, the juicy, sweet Gala.
That is also good.
It is good. It's the most grown apple now for the first time in a long time. The Red Delicious falls to second. According to a leading trade group, the Granny Smith apple, the third most popular, followed by the Fiji and then the Honey Crisp.
See?
Yeah, you're a trendsetter, man.
And I do eat Gala as well when the other ones aren't available. So
I buy the pre-chopped apple, which is the most. The worst thing you can do financially is to buy pre-chopped fruit, but there I am doing it. Some business reporter I am.
And you're the business expert? Really?
Terrible situation. Apparently the Red Delicious, most popular, not because of the taste, but it was easy to grow and it always looked good, and that's kind of made it the most popular.
And in my opinion, terrible tasting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it's all Gala now. I'm a Gala man.
Thank you, Richard. We'll see you tomorrow.